Now we start a new series. Well, but not new, a new series and a new storyline, but it's kind of connected to. This part is connected to the origin, to the storyline before this one. Since this new, but it doesn't really introduce a new character. It does, but it doesn't. Let me explain. Since this series is Wonder Woman, Woman of the War. So yeah.
Wonder Woman, Woman of the War #1, the birth of Wonder Woman. The world had changed many times before her arrival. Gods had walked among mortals. War had been sealed beneath paradise. The ocean, the underworld, fear, and even the light of the heavens had tested the hidden island of Themyscira. But after all those trials, after centuries of preparation, the island's greatest creation had finally arrived. A child born from clay, a daughter of Themyscira. A warrior who would become a bridge between worlds. Her name was Diana. Wonder Woman. Long before the world knew her as Wonder Woman, Diana was simply the daughter of Queen Hippolyta. Hippolyta. She grew up surrounded by the greatest warriors Themyscira had ever known. She trained beside Amazons who had fought gods, witnessed the sealing of Ares, and protected the island for generations. But Diana was different. The Amazons saw something in her that was impossible to explain. She was not created through ordinary birth. She was shaped from the sacred clay of Themyscira and blessed by the power of the gods. She carried the strength of Olympus, the wisdom of the Amazons, and the hope of an island that had spent centuries preparing for the future. As a child, Diana would often explore the island's forests and cliffs, listening to the stories of those who came before her. She heard about Artemis and her struggle to understand strength. Artemis of Bana Migdal. She heard about Nubia and the meaning of destiny. Nubia, she heard about Orana and learning that true strength required balance. Orana, and she learned of the ancient enemy beneath the island. Ares, the god who once believed war could never be stopped, the god who was proven wrong. As Diana grew older, Hippolyta knew the day would come when her daughter would need to understand why she existed. You were not created to rule, Hippolyta told her. You were not created to conquer. Diana looked at her mother. Then why was I created? Hippolyta smiled. To choose. Years passed. Diana became one of the greatest warriors on the island, but she was not like the others. The Amazons trained to protect Themyscira. Diana wanted to understand the world beyond it. The world her people had abandoned. The world filled with conflict, fear, and suffering. The world that needed someone who understood both peace and war. Then came the day everything changed. A signal from beyond the island. A disturbance from the outside world. Themyscira's barriers reacted. The Kanga sensed it first. Their movements changed. Their great pulse run shifted toward the coastline. Something from mankind's world had entered their waters. A plane fell from the sky. Not a god, not a monster. A man. A soldier. He crashed into the ocean near Themyscira, and Diana was the one who found him. His name was Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor. He was injured, confused, and completely unaware of where he had landed. When Diana pulled him from the water, he looked at her in disbelief. You're real? Diana tilted her head. What did you expect? Steve looked around at the impossible island. I don't know. A pause. Not this. Steve's arrival created a conflict among the Amazons. Themyscira had remained hidden for generations. The outside world had found them. But Diana saw something different. She saw a chance. A chance to finally understand mankind. A chance to discover why people fought, why they suffered, why they needed someone to stand between destruction and hope. The Amazons held a contest. A warrior would be chosen to return Steve Trevor to his world. Many believed it should be someone experienced, someone older, someone who understood the dangers. But Diana entered, not because she wanted glory, because she believed it was her purpose. The trials tested everything: strength, speed, wisdom, honor. Diana faced warriors who had trained for centuries, but she did not win because she was stronger. She won because she understood what the island had taught her: balance, compassion, choice. After the contest, Hippolyta entered the armory, a place where only the most important Amazon artifacts were kept. She carried with her Diana's destiny. The first piece was the armor, a suit forged from Amazon craftsmanship, designed not just to protect Diana's body, but represent the warrior she had become. The armor of Wonder Woman. Next came the shield, a symbol of protection, not destruction, a reminder that Diana's strength existed to defend others. Then came the tiara, a symbol of royalty, wisdom, and connection to Themyscira, not a crown of command, a crown of responsibility. Then the bracelets of submission. Bracelets of submission, forged from divine metal, they represented discipline and control. Power without restraint was dangerous. Diana needed both. Finally, Hippolyta brought forth the greatest artifact, the lasso of truth. Lasso of truth, a weapon unlike any other. It did not defeat enemies through force. It revealed what was hidden, because Diana's greatest weapon would never be her strength. It would be truth. Hippolyta placed the final piece into Diana's hands. "You are my daughter," she said. "You are an Amazon, but now you must become something more." Diana looked toward the ocean, toward the world beyond. "I will not abandon Themyscira." Hippolyta nodded. "I know." A pause. "You will carry it with you." Diana left the island with Steve Trevor. For the first time, she saw the world outside paradise. Buildings, machines, crowded cities, people who did not know gods existed, people who needed hope. Steve watched her as they traveled. You know, most people would be shocked by all this. Diana looked out at the horizon. Most people have never seen what the world could become. Steve smiled. "And what do you think it could become?" Diana answered, "Better." The world did not know her name yet. They did not know her story. They did not know that the warrior standing among them was created from clay, blessed by gods, and raised by legends. They only saw a woman, but soon they would know she was more, a symbol, a protector, a warrior for peace, Wonder Woman. Characters, places, and groups, species. Wonder Woman, Diana of Themyscira. Wonder Woman, Hippolyta. Hippolyta, Zeus. Zeus, Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor, Artemis of Banamigdal. Artemis of Banamigdal, Nubia. Nubia, Orana. Orana.
But this, oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, I could barely tell. Is this a Pepsi box? Is this a Pepsi box?
Wonder Woman, Woman of the War Number 2. The Cheetah's Hunt. The world had begun to learn her name. Not everyone understood her. Some saw a hero. Some saw a warrior. Some saw a mystery. To the people of man's world, Wonder Woman was a symbol from another age, a woman who appeared when danger arrived and disappeared before anyone could understand where she came from. Wonder Woman. But while Diana was learning the world beyond Themyscira, the world was learning about her. And one woman became obsessed with proving that this new hero could be defeated. Her name was Priscilla Rich. Priscilla Rich. Priscilla Rich had everything. A wealthy family, a respected name, a place among society's elite. From the outside, she appeared perfect. But behind the elegance was someone who felt constantly ignored. Every room she entered belonged to someone else. Every achievement was compared to another. Every compliment felt temporary. And deep inside, Priscilla was a growing feeling that she was not meant to simply be seen. She was meant to dominate. Priscilla first heard about Wonder Woman through the newspapers. A mysterious woman. A warrior unlike anyone the world had seen. A person who could stand against criminals and walk away untouched. The stories fascinated her. Then they angered her. Because for the first time, Priscilla found someone who commanded attention without asking for it. Someone people admired naturally. Someone impossible to dismiss. "That should be me," Priscilla whispered. "Not a hero, not a protector, a legend." As Diana continued her mission in man's world, she discovered that human conflicts were different from the wars of gods. There were no Olympian armies, no divine challenges, no monsters from ancient myths. Instead, there were greed, jealousy, and people who hid their darkness behind beautiful appearances. Diana quickly learned that evil did not always announce itself. Sometimes it wore a smile. During a public event, Diana met Priscilla Rich. At first, Diana saw only a woman surrounded by luxury. Priscilla saw something else, a challenge. "You're very popular," Priscilla said. Diana smiled politely. "I am only trying to help." Priscilla looked at her carefully. "That is what makes people dangerous." Diana tilted her head. "Helping?" "No," Priscilla replied. "Being believed." That night, Priscilla's obsession became something more. She created a new identity, a persona, a predator. She abandoned the image of the perfect socialite and embraced the creature she believed existed beneath everything. The cheetah. Cheetah. The first attacks were sudden, fast, brutal. Criminals who thought they controlled the city found themselves hunted by a figure moving through the darkness. A woman wearing a cheetah-inspired costume, a woman with incredible agility, a woman who moved like an animal. The newspapers called her a monster. Diana saw something different, a person who had lost herself. Wonder Woman tracked the cheetah through the city. Every clue led her back to Priscilla. Every attack showed the same pattern: speed, precision, pride. The cheetah was not just trying to defeat Wonder Woman. She wanted to replace her. Their first battle happened under the lights of the city. Cheetah attacked from above. Diana barely had time to react. The claws struck against Wonder Woman's armor, leaving scratches across the metal. Diana raised her shield. Cheetah moved around her instantly. "You're strong," Priscilla said. Diana blocked another strike. "So are you." Cheetah laughed. "No." A pause. "I'm better." Cheetah fought differently from the enemies Diana had faced before. Ares fought through war, others fought through power. Cheetah fought through instinct. Every movement was unpredictable. Every attack came from a different angle. She was not trying to overpower Diana. She was trying to prove Diana could be hunted. Diana activated her bracelets. The claws struck. The bracelets of submission blocked the attack. Bracelets of submission. The impact pushed both women backward. For a moment, they stood still. Warrior, predator. "You don't understand," Cheetah said. Diana looked at her. "Understand what?" "What it feels like to be ignored." The words surprised Diana, because beneath the anger was pain. Diana lowered her stance. "You wanted people to see you." Cheetah's expression hardened. "I wanted them to fear me." Diana shook her head. "No, you wanted them to know you existed." For a moment, Priscilla hesitated, just for a moment. Then the anger returned. The battle continued. Cheetah moved faster. Diana used her shield to control the battlefield instead of overpowering her opponent. She waited, observed, adapted, the way Themyscira taught her. Finally, Diana used the lasso of truth. Lasso of truth. The golden rope wrapped around Cheetah. Priscilla struggled. The lasso glowed, and the truth came forward. Not the monster, not the predator, the woman underneath. A woman who wanted recognition. A woman who turned herself into a symbol because she believed nobody would see her otherwise. Diana looked at her. "You are not a creature." Cheetah glared. "Then why did I become one?" Diana answered. "Because you forgot you were already someone." The police arrived soon after. Priscilla Rich was taken away. But Diana knew this was not the end. People like Cheetah were not defeated by one battle. They returned because the darkness that created them remained. Later, Diana stood alone looking over the city. Steve Trevor approached. "You okay?" Diana nodded. "I defeated her." Steve looked at her. "But?" Diana looked toward the lights below. "I don't think she wanted to lose." A pause. "I think she wanted someone to finally see her." Far away in the darkness of her cell, Priscilla Rich stared at a reflection of herself. Not seeing a woman, not seeing a villain, seeing the cheetah. And somewhere inside that reflection, the hunt had only begun. Characters, places, and groups. Characters. Wonder Woman, Diana of Themyscira. Wonder Woman, Priscilla Rich, Cheetah. Priscilla Rich, Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor. Places, Man's World.
Okay, so to explain, this is taking place during World War II. Since I decided, since there's like 4 cheetahs, Priscilla, her niece, the actual main cheetah, I think is like Barbara or something like that, and then the male version, Sebastian or something. To have the original one, to have a cheetah for each volume of Wonder Woman, at least for the female ones. So, yeah.
Wonder Woman, Woman of the War number 3, the woman behind the warrior. The world had accepted Wonder Woman, but the world did not know Diana. Everywhere she went, people saw the warrior. The armor, the shield, the tiara, the golden lasso. They saw the symbol. But Diana realized something important. A symbol could inspire people, but a person could understand them. Wonder Woman, after her battle with Cheetah, Diana continued protecting man's world. But she noticed something. Whenever she appeared, people stopped seeing the problem and started seeing her. Criminals feared her. Citizens admired her. The newspapers followed her. Everywhere she went, Wonder Woman was the focus, and that made learning about humanity difficult. Steve Trevor noticed the change. "You've been thinking a lot," he said. Diana looked across the city. "I came here to understand mankind." And she looked at the people walking below. "I am beginning to understand that they do not only need a warrior." Steve nodded. "They need someone they can talk to." Diana remembered Themyscira, her mother's words, "You will carry the island with you." She realized that did not only mean carrying its strength, it meant carrying its compassion. Diana needed a second life, a way to experience the world without everyone seeing her as a goddess-like warrior, a way to walk among people, to listen, to learn, to help without a battle. That was when she created a new identity, Diana Prince. Diana Prince. As Diana Prince, she became an ordinary person in the eyes of the world. She found work, she met people, she experienced everyday life. The streets were no longer battlefields. They were homes, restaurants, offices, places filled with people who had stories. And Diana discovered something surprising. Human strength was not only found in warriors, it was found everywhere. But even while living as Diana Prince, danger still found her, because the world did not stop producing villains. A strange figure appeared across the city, a criminal unlike anyone Diana had faced before, a person wearing a frozen mechanical suit, a person using advanced cold technology to commit crimes. The newspapers gave her a name, the Blue Snowman. Blue Snowman. The Blue Snowman was once Berna Brilliant, a scientist who created a powerful cold machine. She believed the world had ignored her discoveries, so she decided the world would finally notice. By force. Her attacks covered the city in ice. Buildings froze, roads became dangerous. People were trapped inside frozen environments created by her technology.
I'm about to fix that. Okay, that's fixed now. It should be. So, let's go with this one.
WAP, Wonder Woman, Woman of the War number 3, the woman behind the Wonder Wren. The world had accepted Wonder Woman. They had seen the warrior, they had seen the shield, they had seen the woman who stood against criminals and monsters without fear. But Diana began to realize something. Being Wonder Woman meant everyone saw the symbol. Almost nobody saw the person. Wonder Woman. After her battle with Cheetah, Diana watched how the world reacted. Newspapers wrote about her. People followed her movements. Criminals studied her. Enemies searched for weaknesses, and Diana realized a problem. A warrior could inspire people, but a person could understand them. Steve Trevor noticed the change. "You've been quiet," he said. Diana looked out at the city. "When I am Wonder Woman, people expect a legend." Steve nodded, and when you aren't, Diana looked confused. "I do not know." For the first time since leaving Themyscira, Diana faced a challenge that could not be solved with strength. She needed a normal life, a way to experience man's world without everyone seeing the warrior first. Diana studied human society. People had names, jobs, homes, identities they carried every day. A person could be powerful without anyone knowing. A person could help without wearing armor. Then she chose a name, Diana Prince. A simple name, a human name, a name that would allow her to walk among others without the world immediately seeing Wonder Woman. Diana's new life began. She wore ordinary clothing. She learned human customs. She tried to understand the people she had sworn to protect. But even while she lived as Diana Prince, danger still found her. It started with strange reports. People disappearing, machines malfunctioning, a wave of unnatural cold spreading through parts of the city. At first, many believed it was an accident. Diana knew better. The cause was a man who wanted to reshape the world through his own twisted ideas. A scientist, a criminal, a man who believed freezing humanity was the next step in evolution. His name was the Blue Snowman. Blue Snowman. Unlike ordinary criminals, Blue Snowman did not hide behind armies. He hid behind invention. He created advanced freezing technology that could turn entire areas into frozen wastelands. His goal was not simple destruction. He wanted control. A world where everything stayed exactly as he wanted. As Diana Prince, Diana investigated the strange incidents. She followed the clues quietly, she visited research facilities, she spoke with witnesses, and she discovered something important. The people being targeted were not random. They were scientists, inventors, people who represented change. Blue Snowman believed progress created chaos, so he decided the solution was to stop progress entirely, by freezing it. Diana confronted him before he could activate his largest machine. The laboratory was covered in ice. Machines were frozen solid. Blue Snowman stood in the center wearing his coal-powered equipment. "You don't understand," he said. "The world is unstable." Diana stared at him. "Then help it become better." He laughed. "Better? Humans always destroy what they create." Diana looked at him carefully. "You fear change." The Blue Snowman became angry. "I control change." The machine activated. A massive wave of freezing energy spread outward. Diana stepped forward. She could not stop it as Diana Prince, not as a normal person. So she revealed the truth. The armor, the shield, the warrior. Wonder Woman returned. The freezing blast hit her shield. The impact covered the room in ice. But Diana held her ground. The same shield that protected her from weapons and gods now protected her from a storm of cold. Blue Snowman increased the power. "You cannot stop the future." Diana pushed forward. "No." A pause. "I am protecting it." The machine began to overload. Diana used her lasso of truth. Lasso of truth. The golden rope wrapped around the machine controls, and Blue Snowman, the truth was revealed. Not a vision, not a future, a fear. A man terrified that the world would leave him behind. "You wanted everything frozen," Diana said, "because frozen things cannot change." Blue Snowman looked away. For the first time, he had no answer. Diana destroyed the freezing device and saved the people trapped inside the facility. The city celebrated Wonder Woman again. But Diana Prince quietly watched from the crowd. Anonymous, hidden, human. Later, Steve found her. "You know," he said, "most people would want everyone to know who they are." Diana smiled. "I spent my life learning to become a warrior." She looked at the people around her. "Now I am learning how to be a person." The world now had two names for her, Wonder Woman and Diana Prince. One was the symbol, one was the woman, and together, they were the same person. Characters, places, and groups. Characters, Wonder Woman, Diana Prince Wonder Woman, Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor, Blue Snowman places, Man's World, City Research Facility, Frozen Laboratory. Groups, Amazons of Themyscira. Amazons of Themyscira equipment, Wonder Woman armor, Wonder Woman shield.
And the next one, the next story will actually focus on Nazis. I just want to, not all of the Wonder Woman Volume 1 stories, which takes place during the war, to focus just on Nazi stuff. So that's why I added in Blue Cheetah and Blue Snowman. So, yeah.